Welcome to the Tuesday, May 26, 2026 meeting of the Long Meadow School Committee. Mass General Law allows for remote participation at public meetings until June 30th, 2027. All votes while there is remote participation must be made by roll call vote. This meeting is being recorded and aired live on LCTV. School committee members, when I call your name, please say here for the record. Nicole?
Here.
Kate?
Here.
Emily?
Here.
And me. That's it. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, public speak. Oh, minutes. Did I skip it? Yep, I did. And correspondence. There's none, but go ahead. Minutes.
No correspondence. Minutes. I move that the school committee approve the minutes of the May 14th, 2026 school committee meeting as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. All right, so next we have public speak, and it looks like we have guests coming in for the public speak tonight. Is this the Center School Green Club? Excited to see you.
You want to jump to that now?
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
sure.
here. They're standing. It's us. Do it. Do it.
We are, I'm pleased to introduce the Center School Green Club, and the school committee has been looking forward to welcoming you and hearing about all your great work. We're very proud of the civic activism of all of our students from the earliest grades right up to our graduating seniors. Very proud of the work that Ms. Brown has done to coordinate the Green Club over the years. It's been a catalyst for sort of civic-minded young people. We've seen these students leave center school and make their way to the high school and beyond, but they all get their start. Many of them get their start with Ms. Brown at the Center School Green Club, so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting us to share about the Center School Green Club. Green Club is an after-school committee made up of about 40 students of grades 3 through 5. What makes our club special is that students choose the environmental topics that matter most to them. Once we decide on our topics, students join committees based on their interests and work together to make a difference in our school and community. Tonight, we are excited to share some of the projects we worked on and the difference together. This year, we had 5 committees. Each committee learned about important problems, came up with ideas to help, worked on projects, and taught others how we can all make a difference. Our plastic weighing committee focuses on keeping a plastic film out of landfills. Plastic film includes items like grocery bags, bread bags, and bubble wrap, and other soft plastics that cannot go in regular recycling bins. Students bring plastic film from home, and we also collect it from classrooms throughout the school. So far this year, we have collected and weighed 1,088 pounds of plastic film. That is almost half a ton of plastic kept out of the landfill this year alone.
The Wildlife Wonders Committee focuses on helping animals and protecting habitats. During the winter, we made bird feeders to support birds when food was harder to find.
We also learned about light pollution and how outdoor lighting affects nocturnal animals like owls, bats, frogs, moths, and butterflies. Turning off outdoor lights at night helps animals hunt, migrate, pollinate plants, and stay safe from predators.
It can even help gardens because many nighttime pollinators are important for plants and flowers. We are asking you to take one simple action. Turn off all outdoor lights when you go to bed. It can make a big difference for wildlife.
The Food Waste Committee worked hard to teach students and families about composting and reducing wasted food. We help students learn what can and cannot be composted and why composting is important for the environment. This year, we also helped create a system to compost breakfast waste from classrooms. Before this program, much of that food was being thrown away. We also began collecting unopened and uneaten breakfast food so it could be donated instead of wasted.
So far this year, Center School has composted 13,125 pounds of food waste. This number is bittersweet. We are grateful that this food was composted instead of ending up in the landfill, where it could be create methane gas, but it also reminds us how much food is still being wasted. We are continuing to work on solutions to reduce food waste even more. During the Future Planet Fiesta, we partnered with Banana Compost and gave away 3-month subscriptions to have compost picked up from 10 different families' homes.
The Dakin Committee focused on helping homeless animals while also helping the environment. We collected gently used pet supplies that families no longer needed. By cleaning out and reproducing items already at home, people were able to reduce waste and support animals in need at the same time. Together, we collected about 280 items, including 125 pet toys, 10 blankets and sheets, 5 dog beds, 66 towels, 64 leashes and collars, and 12 miscellaneous items.
We're excited to know that these items could help animals waiting for homes. We were excited to deliver these donations on April 3rd.
The Dakin Committee also created dog toys using old tennis balls and strips of recycled fabric. Instead of throwing these materials away, students repurposed them into fun, neat, and useful toys for shelter dogs at Dakin. This project showed how simple items from home can be reused in creative ways. To help both the environment and animals in need, the handmade toys were donated to Dakin. We also taught visitors how to make them during the Future Planet Fiesta. It was a great way to share ideas about upcycling and helping homeless animals at the same time. Do any of you have a dog? I made dog toys.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I do. Oh, he's gonna love that. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
That is so cool. He loves toys.
I love this. Thank you so much.
That's
That's really
Good job.
cool. Nice work.
Thank you.
Gifts.
I don't. They're so cool though.
One of our members even decided to have friends bring Dakin donations instead of presents to a birthday party. Also, this year we started making eco-bricks. Eco-bricks are plastic bottles packed tightly with snack wrappers and other plastics that cannot be recycled through regular recycling programs. Instead of throwing these materials away, eco-bricks can be used to build benches, garden borders, planters, walls, and even furniture.
This is a finished eco-brick packed tightly with plastic waste. I'm going to pass these around so you guys can feel the difference in weight.
The display committee created educational displays to teach others about environmental issues and solutions. We made displays such as trash to treasure and true or false to help people learn surprising facts about composting and recycling, composting, and waste.
It's the packaging of having
Right?
Yeah.
Think it's light, but it's not.
One day we hope to use our eco bricks
to make one of those couches or chairs.
At the Planet Fiesta, we are sponsored by Cooler Communities and gave away cotton produce bags, reusable wheatgrass utensil sets, and metal straws. These giveaways helped encourage people to reduce single-use plastics in their everyday lives. We are gifting you with a set of wheatgrass utensils to keep in your car so you can say no thank you to plastic silverware when you get takeout.
Excellent. Smart idea.
Right?
This is Oprah's favorite things. Even better.
Mr. Mazza, we also have an idea we would love for you to consider. Many school districts are beginning to place solar panels on school roofs to save energy and reduce costs.
For example, Fitchburg Public Schools installed rooftop panels and now save more than $40,000 every year on electricity costs. The schools took advantage of a power purchase agreement, allowing them to install the panels with no upfront costs and purchase the power generated at a lower fixed rate.
Another Massachusetts school district, Hopkinton Public Schools, installed rooftop solar panels and energy storage systems that are expected to save about $35,000 annually and nearly $1 million over the life of the project. Schools are using these savings to support students, improve buildings, and invest more money back into education. We think solar panels could be an exciting opportunity for our district in the future.
We are excited to share that our school has been recognized as an official tree campus by the Arbor Day Foundation. This honor is given to schools that care for trees. Teach students about the environment and take part in projects that help the community. Our Green Club worked with Ms. Demkowski to complete the application to show all of the ways our school helps the environment.
Thank you for listening to our presentation about the Center School Green Club.
We are proud of the difference students can make when we work together to care for our environment and community. We hope tonight inspires others to see that even small actions can create a big change. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did all these things this year. You should be really proud of yourselves.
From like January, right? I think we started Green Club in January.
November, I think, October, November. We started our
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You guys, every time you come here, you have so many impressive and awesome things to tell us, and your club has just grown so much over the years, and it's excellent to see all the work you're doing. You have fantastic ideas. Thank you for all the cool things. And I hope the sofa thing works out. Those bricks are really neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have some really quick exciting news I didn't even tell them yet. We just got this in the mail today. We got a certificate of recognition from the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection for the Center School Green Club. Thank you so
Excellent
much for
work.
letting us
Thank you
come.
guys so much for your
Thank you.
advocacy. You guys are doing a great job. Really proud of you.
And how about a round of applause for Ms. Brown? Your
I really hope you like our ideas.
I saw he was nodding his head a lot more enthusiastically than he's ever nodded his head for my ideas.
Persuasive. They come with gifts.
We can say the new middle school, which we'll break ground on in June, and which many of you will enjoy, that the plan is to have, it's being built to be solar ready. We're anticipating that there will be solar panels on the new Long Meadow Middle School, so there'll be some savings there.
And then we're just
Before they
gonna,
head out,
1 minute before you
While
go.
we have our center school
we'll have
family
you
here, we're wondering if we could maybe also, and I lost her in the crowd.
She's right there in the back. I see her pretty in pink.
Oh, there she is. To take a moment as a committee to recognize one of our dearest educational leaders here in our Longmeadow Public Schools. Donna Hutton has spent the last 30 years, 30 plus years actually, in Longmeadow Public Schools, and the last 17 years as center school principal. As one of many center school parents whose children were lucky enough to spend their days in your school, I've always been grateful for the warm and welcoming school community that you've created throughout your tenure. Center School is a very special and joyful place, and that is a lot to do with you and what you've created there. You've set a wonderful tone, you've welcomed in countless educators, and you've been an amazing mentor for so many of our current educational leaders as well. So your dedication and leadership will be greatly missed, but you are leaving behind a community that is ready to step in and continue your excellent work. And we all wish you a wonderful retirement full of joy and many adventures to come.
Thank you.
Thank you, Center School.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful last few weeks of school.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Impressive.
Yep. Last me, a lot of swimmers up in there on the Green Club.
I love that.
It's more of my ideas, but Tammy does the lines up all
Right, she's
the.
the work, you come up with the ideas to bring to these groups.
I don't know.
For a few years now, I really enjoy it, so we try.
I feel like bad making them stay for more. Let's talk about more people.
Keep rolling on that.
Yeah. And then we'll go back to. I'm just gonna let you go first. Great.
Student advisory?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Welcome.
I'm Jenny Seeley, and I'm here to talk about sports. So the playoffs have just begun, and girls lacrosse will be playing, I think, Thursday, as well as the boys lacrosse. I don't know what day they play. I don't think their schedule has come out, but baseball, unfortunately, just lost in the championship final for Western Mass. Both boys and girls lacrosse don't play that because they're both independent sports. Track is going on there. They did very well at Western Mass, and softball has had a really good year, and they unfortunately lost in Western Mass earlier in the conference. So, passing it on to Abby.
Hi, I'm Abigail Golden. I'm also a sophomore at the high school. So I'm giving you all a music update. So we had 2 recent concerts. First, we had the spring concert, which was the LaVox choral group, Lancer Singers choral group, as well as the concert band, the jazz band, and a couple of other mixed groups, which went wonderfully. And just last Thursday, the Wind Ensemble and Lyrics, E-Cantor, and again, a couple of other mixed groups did the chamber concert. So the concert season for the high school music department has officially wrapped up after a wonderful year. Both Lyrics and Wind Ensemble got gold awards at the MICA Festival this year, and the Wind Ensemble performed at the National Band Association Conference. So we had very strong ends, very strong concerts with very challenging music to a wonderful year. So thank you for all of your support. We really appreciate it.
To go into elections, we have elections for student council. Speeches went today during
Throughout the day.
Throughout the day, each grade went, and class secretaries, people who were running, treasurers, vice presidents, and presidents all gave speeches to run, and voting will go on tomorrow very easily during lunch to vote in their lunch block.
And you'll get a senior activities update from Danica.
All right, so to start off, the student council received the national award, which is really exciting, and it was a lot of hard work was put in by all of the student council members, and this is a really great way to recognize all of the hard work that's been put in throughout the year. And then tonight is the senior sunset, which at the beginning of the year, there's a senior sunrise, which represents the beginning of the year for seniors. And now the sunset is as the year is ending. And today was our last full day of classes, so it's a great day for it as well. Tomorrow we have the graduation rehearsal in the morning, and then the last half of the day will be regular classes. And then in addition, prom is going to be June 3rd, followed shortly after by the award ceremony, which is June 5th. And then June 10th is the actual graduation. And then next Tuesday as well, we have the senior picnic. So a lot of really exciting events coming up. So, yeah.
Thank you, Danica. We have some things to say about your service for the school committee. Hold on, I got some official words from my high school friend that I served on the student government with, that's now at BC, and she had some words to say to you. Hold on, find it. Danica embodies Boston College motto, men and women for others, through her service and her willing to help others. We all know that you're an amazing ambassador for Longmeadow and that you will continue to be so at BC, and we look forward to hearing how you do there in the future. I have it on good authority that BC is thrilled to have you, and the school is very lucky.
Thank you.
And we have something for you. I'm gonna have Maeve give them to you, who also has not stopped listening to the Mamma Mia soundtrack since you
It's my favorite too.
in it.
Thank you so much.
So thank you. We wish you the best.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Go ahead. One more thing.
Oh, thank you.
Danica, we wish you well. Having worked with so many student reps over the years, sometimes their attendance is uneven, their reports are uneven, but you've been steady and on top of your game, and you deliver some outstanding reports to the school committee. We appreciate you being there with us all year and hanging through some long meetings. Sometimes I told Danica at the beginning of the year, I said, you're always welcome if you have some work to do and you need to leave, but 9 times out of 10 she hung in there with us. And
I don't think she's ever left a meeting early.
Probably not. And gave us some great feedback along the way, so thank you.
Hopefully tonight for the senior sunset.
Yeah, we're gonna get you out. Well, I'm gonna be out of here by the sunrise. Sunset, hopefully not sunset.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
This
for your
has been
service.
such an incredible opportunity. I've learned so much from it, and I really enjoy these meetings and coming.
Thank you for your work.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you are welcome to stay, but I know
also
you have.
you're dismissed.
Yes, you are.
Duties are officially
Yeah.
done.
Do you want to make it to the sunset?
Yeah.
Thank you very much to the
On into the
other
sunset. You go.
Thank you for your
Enjoy.
reports.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, Danica.
Okay, so now we go back to the.
Yeah, we're now on.
So, just want to quickly recognize Adam, who isn't here tonight, but it's his last official meeting on the school committee, and I just had a few words to say about his service and his term. I certainly learned a lot from him, and actually that's why I purposely didn't plan anything to say, because I feel like that's something he's taught me. I remember the first time when we were campaigning, I went with like my index cards, and he just literally was looking at everybody speaking from the heart, and I was like, how does he do that? And it's a serious strength of his, and it's been an honor serving with him on the school committee, and he brings a lot of expertise outside of education, the field of education, but also he truly appreciates the work of an educator, and he's done a lot of important work on the school committee, so thank you, Adam.
we will put that aside to get to him. And then I'm gonna take over the mic for a moment to say thank you to Michaela, because it is also her last meeting. All right, you are a powerhouse. We are totally gonna miss your positivity and your energy and your leadership over the last few years on the committee. For the past 3 years, you've kept a constant focus on the social emotional growth and needs of Longmeadow's children. You've been an amazing resource for curriculum and for policy meetings, and you've been a devoted supporter and representative for CLR Special Education Alliance for Longmeadow. And I know they're also happy to have had you on board for the last few years with them. You were a strong advocate throughout the way for an updated literacy curriculum for our elementary students, and you led the committee through this year through the passage of the middle school building vote, which is one of the biggest initiatives we've undertaken in years. You are really good at building community and bringing people on board and bringing them together to support our schools and the new initiatives and projects that are happening and make sure that we're always moving forward and improving. I've heard you talk a lot over the last few years about the importance of giving your time and energy to work that is aligned with your highest values. And I love when you talk about that, because it is just always abundantly clear that education is one of those highest values, and you really genuinely walk the walk when it comes to that and have taught all of us a lot about that. So thank you for the time and the energy that you've put towards school committee. And we have been really happy to have you on board and are going to miss your work here with us, but your positive impact has meant a lot, and we appreciate your time and service.
Thank you.
If I could, on behalf of the administrative team and really all educators in Longmeadow, thank you, Michaela, for your service. Michaela has a deep appreciation for education and educators, and it's always great to work with school committee members who have that level of appreciation, so thank you. And then also sort of combined with some clear direction, and I always appreciated that, having a clear idea of where we needed to head as a district. And I'm not sure how many folks really understand how much time and energy Michaela put into building momentum for the passage of the new middle school.
So much.
There was an extraordinary effort, and she worked really hard to build consensus in this community on, like as Nicole said, one of the most important initiatives that we've ever taken on. So thank you for all of that. Thanks for all of your support of our educators, our admin team, and me as superintendent. So
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for letting your mom come and hang out with us all these
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
She's a rock star.
I have words, but they're in my chair report, so I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna get all emotional. It's not who I am anymore.
All right.
Nice.
Wait a minute. One more time on that hug. We gotta capture this. Oh, that's good. All right. Excellent.
It's also my mother-in-law's 75th birthday today, so
Exciting.
she's literally the only person I'll be like, no, we need to put back the dinner for my birthday because it's my last school committee meeting and the kids wanted to come see me. So I'm thankful to be from not just my immediate family is supportive of education, but I'm from a big supportive family of educators, both on my side and my husband's side, and I'm thankful for it because it's not easy sometimes.
For sure.
All right. Oh man, what's next? I'm really getting all emotional.
School committee chair report.
Oh, great. Well, that's why I wrote it down because.
Still under business with guests. We have
Oh,
Mr.
thank
Lamb.
goodness,
right.
there's something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
in between. Oh,
You're
yes.
sitting over there wondering.
The handbook, so perfect. That's actually perfect. Yes, just something non-emotional.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. So, as you know, whenever there is a proposal to update the student handbook, we have to run that through the school council under Mass General Law, and then if it is successful there, we bring it to you, and you have the final say whether to or not accept the proposal. So we bring you one proposal tonight for your consideration. Interestingly enough, this was the only proposal that came out of the ad hoc student handbook committee. It made its way to the LHS School Council, and it is the only proposal. School Council can add things at that point or decide not to support it, but they supported it unanimously. We had a lot of good discussion and debate, some disagreement on the specifics, but ultimately agreement that we need a policy to put a little teeth into the work that we're trying to do. We're working really hard, as schools across the country are, to kind of push back against the normalization of missing as many days as some students do. I gave you some background information, some context in the packet that I provided you, but the proposal tonight simply says a student must be present at least 90% in class to receive credit. Students exceeding 17 days in a full year course or 8 absences in a semester course risk losing credit. While all absences count towards this total, exceptions will be made for school-sponsored activities, observed religious holidays, absences documented as related to a student's disability under IDEA or Section 504. And then we added the language, all students will have access to an appeals process to present of absence-related issues regarding disability, chronic illness, religious observance, and other extenuating circumstances. We have been working on this topic, on this challenge, on multiple fronts. Please know that we communicate, we over-communicate with the students who are identified as chronically absent. I think you know that the Department of Ed, a few years ago, identified students who miss 18 days or more as being, that represents 10% of the required 180 days. So while we're working on that on multiple fronts, while we're communicating, while we're having a record number of emails and letters and formal notifications and in-person meetings with teachers and school counselors, guidance counselors, and administrators, and as we are saving no paper and no emails in terms of all the communication we're doing, we don't have any teeth in the policy. We had teeth in the policy, different language that was taken out of the book 10 or 11 years ago. At that time, the verbiage was different. This matches what the state defines as chronic absenteeism. In the document that I provided to you, I talked a little bit about the 12 schools that I reached out to. I know that they had a policy like this. In many of their cases, their threshold was like maybe 14 or 15 absences. We wanted to make it 18. We wanted to match Department of Ed. And admittedly, this is going to bring on a lot of work for me and my 2 vice principals, but it's important enough work to have those meetings. Candidly, I said in that document that I anticipate the purpose of this, no policy is perfect, but the purpose of this is to try to change the conversation, to try to reiterate that being present and being engaged matters. And we're sending students into the real world. We talk a lot about vision of the graduate. Part of that is accountability. We talk a lot about preparing our students for the next phase. While our goal is not to withhold credit, our goal is really to make people think about the absences, think about being present, think about being engaged, taking on more work ourselves, but to guarantee that there are going to be conversations, to give parents some teeth, to give parents some help, to say to that child, get to school. I don't want to advertise this too much next year, but I want to be candid with you. I anticipate a pretty flexible appeals process. It's not about not giving students credit. It's about making sure the conversations are happening and the pushback again against the normalization of missing way too many days of school, which they could bring into college in the world of work, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm ready to answer any questions. Hopefully the information I gave to you in the packet answered some of those questions, but I ask for your consideration, and we respect your decision either way.
thank you so much. I looked through it all, and I looked through a couple other policies from other high schools, and it looks like it's matches what the standard should be, and it is a huge issue that needs to be an anchor for families and schools. So I thank you for taking on the work and respecting about how important policy is. Anybody else have any?
Thank you. You're not wrong. It's a huge issue in a lot of areas. I'm curious, do you guys have here at LHS any attendance remediation options for students if they are getting close to the wire or missing time?
So right now, even though we communicate and we work with families and we get creative, and there is no policy that says if you miss X amount of days. Right now, we just have verified versus unverified absences at the high school. That was changed 21 years ago. I was coming in, so that's how we code an absence. If years ago, and I don't disagree with it, it was decided that it was the most important thing to do to make sure that the parent or guardian knows that their child is not in school. But when, I don't know if I'm answering your question, but when about a decade ago, there was a policy that said if you miss more than 8 classes in a given quarter, you could lose credit. That was taken out years ago. That was it was before the superintendent became the superintendent. It came out. Some lawyers thought that it might be, it might not be applied equally. They thought that the verbiage wasn't perfect. So it came out. We lived with it. COVID hit. There is a new normal. So that's why we're trying to add a threshold back in. Is that what you were?
I'm more wondering, so for example, where I am, if a student needs to make up an absence and they stay with a teacher or a guidance counselor for 30 minutes, then we have a form that gets filled out that says this student stayed and worked on this particular class's work for these 30 minutes, and it counts as okay, that gets rid of one of your unexcused absences.
So we do not have
It's
that.
not a huge project because it's not a requirement for everybody to stay, and they have to do the work to figure out is there a person that they maybe need to make up things for? Could they stay while they're doing that?
Right.
Etc.
So we have the first part of that. So our staff is very flexible, and we let students make up work. We have verbiage in the handbook that speaks to that. So we're doing the first part. In the packet, I pointed out that the 2 options that the schools that I looked into were seat time, kind of what you were referring to. Their insight, the administrator's insight, was that kind of has given way to, because I think teachers were saying, oh my gosh, here I am, I'm being required to stay here, and they loaded up their detentions. Some regional schools, some area schools in the region they have April vacation seat time, which brings on more costs, which brings on more supervision and opening the schools when you're trying to do projects. So we did lean away from that. We discussed that.
So it's more burden to the school rather than...
It's a more burden rather than placing the burden, quite frankly, on the child and the family. But the appeals process, we're also trying to make it fair. We're trying to make it pretty accessible and pretty fair, and having that dialogue. Almost every administrator that I chatted with, not surprisingly, said, get ready to, see a lot of medical notes. We see them already. We will respect them. Again, the focus is really to have that conversation. If this is passed tonight, we will put a full court press on this, and we will advertise this, and we will try to approach it in a supportive way. And remind students we want them here and we want them engaged, and it's better for them and better for everybody if they're part of that dialogue, part of that class, if their participation and attendance is within the acceptable boundaries.
Yeah. Well, because it's a good message that more happens in the classroom than just whatever the paper or physical assignment might have been.
Absolutely.
Discussions, the work that's going on throughout the class is
Absolutely.
Incredibly meaningful, and it's not really possible to do very well without those components.
Correct.
And it almost seems more like a 2-factor authentication, right? Oh man, I've been married to a financial advisor for too long. But you're someone could have a medical note, but you're holding them to the policy. So sure, take the extra step, bring the note in, there's an appeal process, but this is what the policy is.
Right, and then we tried to add some verbiage at the end, near the end of one of those paragraphs, that if we absolutely know, if a child is hospitalized, if a child is dealing with something, we reserve the right to simply say, we understand, and we're going to grant this. But in most cases, it's trying to go through the process and let the process work and have that drive the conversation and drive, hopefully, changing the culture.
Two quick things. One is the language that Tom's proposing for the handbook. We ran it by district counsel, legal counsel, and the attorney was comfortable with the language, said it was common. And then what can they do? There's different ways. There's different online courses that they could sign up and take. There are year-long courses, semester-long courses, quarter-long courses, and then the equivalent of like a summer school, and that's the one that we would have them do. It's the least seat time, if you will. I'd also be okay to listen to other avenues. We offer that because it's easy. We offer that because it's convenient. But if a parent wanted to pursue, if a student and a parent wanted to pursue something, we could listen to that. But generally, we're looking at the smallest increment, similar to what we give summer school credit for, which would last, a traditional summer school, if you did a brick and mortar, would last about 3.5 weeks, the month of July. This should be no more than that, should be less than that, quite frankly. If you focused on that, you could do it in a matter of probably a week and a half to 2 weeks.
So, 2 questions. The first, to keep us on the same topic, what would that look like on a transcript? In other words, could a student not come in for great swaths of time throughout the year, spend a couple of weeks doing an online class on their own, and then get the same credit as the student who is in the building?
So our proposal as is, well, 2 things. If a student was missing that much work, I'm hoping that they would naturally not earn the credit through organic means. If you're talking about somebody who is not at 18 or 19 or 20 days, but if you're talking about, excessively like you described, number 1. Number 2, our proposal is to not take the grade off the transcript, not to take it out of the GPA, to leave it there with a hope and plan that they're going to earn it back. So it would just if they were granted an appeal, there's no loss of credit, and if they pursued an alternative way to earn that back, that grade that they earned would stay intact, and they would have the credit earned back.
It would come back on the transcript in the same way that the course of the year comes onto the transcript. It would look the same. That online class doesn't even have to appear on the transcript. Their grade that they originally earned, as long as it was a passing grade, would stay there. That GPA would stay there. So they have to have earned the grade first in the class. So, for example, if they had a B in the class, but they only lost credit because they had, we'll say, 20 absences,
right,
and they did a credit recovery thing, they could keep the B.
They would keep the B.
If they had a D, or say 40% in the class, the credit recovery is a different option. That's not, say they missed 20 days and also have a very low grade. That does not move their grade up to.
That would not move their grade. What would kick in there is if a student fails a class at LHS, they are allowed to make up the equivalent of 1 quarter, and then that's the route that they would take in that area. So if a student, this is really for if you're passing, but you're missing so many grades. If that explains it.
The third scenario is if a student fails and a student has more than 18 absences, that grade recovery class could also fulfill the credit loss they experience because of attendance.
Correct. They wouldn't lose their right to go to wouldn't lose their right to go to summer school under the current parameters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then the other question is, who will sort of be keeping an eye and tracking that? Will it be teachers that make sure that the absences
No, it'll be out of the main
line up,
office. It's going to have to be out of the main office. It would be me, my 2 assistant principals, and our admin assistants are really going to be the keepers of that, because we have to make sure that it's being applied consistently.
Okay. Excellent.
And the goal, and everything, I mean, we're asking for your consideration on this, but everything, we will watch this. I treat everything that we bring to you as a pilot project, and then the goal would be to update you next year as we come back. This is how it's going, this is what we're seeing, this is what we're learning. And if it passes, we'll start, like I said, advertising as soon as this summer, and then we'll hit it hard beginning in August.
Thank you so much for tackling this huge issue across the whole state and the whole country. And it's probably not going to be perfect, but thank you for taking on the extra work to do it. And I can tell you have like alternative pathways in mind and flexibility in mind. So I thank you for that. That's how students will succeed. Does anyone have any questions or comments or motions?
These are all good questions. All good questions.
Yeah.
I thought were asked. Yeah.
Well, we got to leave it to the high school teacher, right?
I move that the school committee approve the LHS proposal for an attendance policy as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And yes for me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I almost just called you Michaela.
Thank you. I will give you an
Thank
update
you.
next year and see you all soon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the school year.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we are going to the chair report. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I can't believe my last chair report and my last school committee meeting. A little bit sad, only a tiny bit. I actually thought I would be a little bit more excited, but I'm kind of really sad. It's been a really fun time for me to be on the school committee, and I feel really grateful. First, I just want to say thank you to the whole school community, especially the reason why we're all here, the students. They're bright, funny, resilient, talented, and they're endlessly deserving of all of our time and energy. So I also want to thank the staff who always work every time I see or any email I have or any issue I've ever heard of. They're always working flexibly and tirelessly and fiercely for the service of kids. And I'm thankful to the families that also put in the dedication to work with the school district. Public education only works as well as the people who show up for it and for the greater good of the schools. And it's just been a real privilege to serve the community and to learn more about I went to the Massachusetts Public Schools. I've taught in Massachusetts Public Schools, and it's just interesting to see a really different side of it. I've learned a lot. So I also want to acknowledge my fellow school committee members, both current and past, the ones that came before all of us, because I feel like we wouldn't have been able to do the work that, you see it as this building block that keeps going. So I'm thankful to anyone who's served ahead of me and currently for the commitment and the leadership that's helped bring everything where it is today. And obviously want to thank Central Office. I really don't have the words to completely capture my gratitude and respect, and gotta give a shout out to Diane and Tammy, because it's been really interesting to be on the school committee and see that transition happen and how important this kind of role is and how incredibly smart and organized and patient and efficient both of you have been, whether you've been at it a long time or you're just starting, to this whole process. And it's been incredible to see that. That's taught me a lot in and in itself, to be honest. So I couldn't really come up with words, so I came up with an analogy instead. This is what I do. You're lucky it's not about the movie Rudy or Seinfeld. So I instead went with the the Patriots from the good days with Bill Belichick, because I feel like that's just the way, I don't know, I love the do your job philosophy, and I feel like it just captures how everybody shows up in the central office to contribute and to be successful. So, like, obviously Tom Mazza is the Tom Brady of school finance. Well, Marty is the Bill Belichick, obviously. That's what I meant. And, like, Tom is the Tom. Tom is the Tom.
Tom Brady was much more successful.
Oh, well then, maybe I don't know.
That's great. That's great.
And then, well, I'd say Nicole Peristrow is like the Gronk, because she's reliable and she has energy and she's super talented. Beth is like Julian Edelman, and I could not decide on Nilda if she was, I was going between Adam Vinatieri or Malcolm Butler. Either way, she shows up and it's great. So really happy that you guys found that, like, in the time I started on the school committee. I know, like, at the very beginning we were making decisions about the structure of central office, so it's been really cool to watch it come together effectively and in alignment, and also, like, I've seen it just in my role, like, help me move things and push things from my perspective. So I'm really, really thankful for that. That's it. I just thankful to have served on the school committee, and also just don't forget to go vote on June 2nd. There's an election, and I know it's a busy time, and it's not like a controversial election, but I think the more people that go and show up to vote, especially for the school committee positions, like, you're really showing the district, the students, and the people who serve the community how much you care for the schools when you show up and vote. So please exercise your vote and show up to vote on June 2nd. And that's it. I just wish everybody a happy, healthy, and productive rest of their school year, full of the last memories of the end of the year, and a happy summer. Thanks, that's it.
Thank you, Michaela.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and once again, congrats and thanks for all of your leadership and for your support of the whole admin team and all of our educators, and you're in it for the right reason, so thank you. On to sort of more mundane topics, but important as well. We have identified a couple of finalists for the Longmeadow Middle School position. In fact, I made the announcement to the staff this afternoon, and I'll do the same to families. Our two finalists are Jill Fowlis, who is currently the principal of Blackstone Millville Regional High School, and Dr. Pete Gillen, who is currently the principal at West Springfield Middle School. So we're pleased to have two outstanding candidates. We'll initiate a series of meet and greets with the staff, and we're looking at a meet and greet for parents next Monday, and we'll find some time for the finalists to meet with our admin team as well. We may be in a position to make a decision the middle of next week, depending on whether or not we choose to conduct some site visits to their schools, which gets to be challenging at this time of year, given the variety of school schedules that are happening. But we'll keep you posted on that. We're sort of at that phase where we're actively planning professional development for next year. The Professional Development Committee met today. They were hammering out some plans for next year. I'm excited that the committee supported the creation of the 4 early release days that we have next year. We think that'll be critically important to help us, especially with the planning for developing the vision and program and schedule for the new middle school. 2 other quick items. We're keeping our eye on some legislation that could involve bell-to-bell cell phone bans. So we're not sure how that legislation will take shape, but Dr. Irizarry has submitted a grant proposal to the Massachusetts Attorney General to support us and prepare us if that does come down as a bell-to-bell ban on cell phones. Not quite sure what direction that legislation will go. And our administrators, as an administrative team, in a singular way, we're preparing to issue a faculty and staff climate and culture survey. We've done these in the past, but this will be a uniform survey that we'll all send out simultaneously, so we hope it'll give us some good feedback. I think it's important that we kind of pay attention to the needs and concerns of our educators. It's as Michaela said earlier, it's a difficult profession, and we just want to make sure that we're supporting our educators appropriately. The IT department has been really busy. A cybersecurity grant program. So Nick George is our tech director, and he is initiating a cybersecurity phishing program. So that's something that will go out to all staff. We just want to make sure that there's no chinks in the armor and that the staff are savvy users of technology so that our network does not get compromised. So lots happening. Looking forward to kind of wrapping up the year. Field days, concerts, graduation on June 10th, and a lot of other great things going on. So happy to answer any questions you might have on any of those items.
Thank you. Is that like the OSHA survey? That's what I used to take.
This one is it's actually built off of a panorama tool.
Oh.
So yeah, we've been kind of teasing it and modifying it based on some admin discussions, but we're hoping to get that out this week.
It's cool because then you can really track it yourself as
exactly.
well.
Yeah.
You can have them answer the same questions.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's the intent.
That's cool.
Is to be a little more purposeful and intentional with gathering that feedback. So
That's really cool to see how, like, I know this year you've already incorporated a lot of student voice into survey and feedback, but also like the voices of educators.
Yep, for sure.
Any other questions or comments? All right.
Oh, thank you. This Thursday, Senior Citizen Luncheon. If any committee members are available, we are hosting, in partnership with the Adult Center, a Senior Citizen Luncheon. And we have about 130 or so registrants, and we expect about 150 guests. Our students will perform a concert, and then we'll host them for lunch. And so if any committee members are available, we'd love to have you. It's a fun event, so thank you, Tammy, for reminding me.
Thursday.
Thursday, yes. Yeah.
And so it's the school community that's hosting the senior citizens?
Long Meadow High, yeah. We have student ambassadors who will welcome the seniors into the auditorium. They'll enjoy a concert, and then from there, we're hosting a barbecue lunch that.
How did people get invited?
Through the Adult Center.
Adult Center.
Yeah, through their mailings, they put out the information and collected registrations. So we recognize we recognize that there's some who attend who didn't have an opportunity to register, and that's fine. So yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Do they do that every year, or is this their first
It's
time?
been I don't know, probably 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you get a good attendance?
Great attendance.
That's awesome.
It's great attendance. Yeah, it's a special day. So many of the seniors have grandchildren in our schools, and so it's a cool opportunity for us to connect with the Adult Center and to give back to the seniors in this community who I would say always come out in support of our schools. They came out in support of building this great facility, and they came out in support of building our new middle school too. So it's a good way to give back. Yeah.
Excellent.
Tammy gave me one thing just to remind me of before the meeting was to talk about the senior luncheon. Of course, I forgot that, so thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank goodness. Tammy, the pinch hitter over here. Maybe I should have gone to the Red Sox.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, other reports. LPVEC Board of Directors.
Yeah, we had a meeting last week. Bus drivers, unfortunately, they did kind of find some money so that they were going to pilot a program to give an incentive to a person who makes a referral, $800, which is pretty significant, and they don't get it until I believe after the person's been with us a year. So we'll see how that goes. And what the committee decided was opening it up the referral could be from anyone at LPDEC. It doesn't have to be from another driver. So we're hoping that brings in more people to refer to us. We also approved a position.
A physician or a position?
A position.
Okay, sorry.
A position. I don't have my notes with me, but it's sort of bringing on someone as the assistant director, assistant principal, a year in advance. So it was a little controversial. But they say that they have the money to do it, and they're hoping it will be a sort of a training ground so the person can be up and running when they're needed.
To like run the transportation or to run the school-based services?
The school.
This is a vocational program.
Okay.
Vocational, yeah.
The director is notified, and that next year will be his last year.
Okay.
So I think they're trying to build a succession
Got
plan.
it.
Yeah.
So like this person will spend the year learning.
Correct.
Working under the
Yep. Also,
got it.
electrical has been approved, and they're looking at possibly leasing a building in West Springfield. So.
For the electrical program? Or?
Yeah, to move some things into that building. I think
Yeah.
either the electrical program or moving the special ed program there and using up space in the other building, but.
We'll have to get some updates for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too familiar, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was just sort of very rudimentary research being done on that building in terms of cost and what would need to be done to the building, and it just sort of came up last minute.
Well, it's exciting to hear about them utilizing some buildings that should be utilized for like regional services that
Right.
Yeah.
need to be had. So that's exciting,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Great. LPVEC Board of Governors?
No report. The next meeting is like mid to late June. I think maybe June 17th, so after our
Okay.
elections.
No skill report also. Energy and sustainability.
We didn't have our May meeting. Our next one's June 11th.
Great. And then there's no subcommittee reports and no ongoing business. So we're going to new business, school committee meeting schedule in June.
You have a meeting tentatively scheduled for June 9 and June 23. As Tammy and I were reviewing upcoming agenda items, we thought that maybe if it's okay with the committee, you probably can get away with one meeting in June on June 16th, which the added benefit of that is it would give us some additional time to get the new members up to speed. It's always a quick turnaround to from the election to the first meeting. And so we'd have some additional time, additional runway to get our new members up and running. And then part of the consideration is graduation on June 10th, which were that new committee to reorganize and appoint a new chair. That's a challenging turnaround for the June 10 graduation for whoever might become the new chair of the school committee. So for your consideration, I think we could reasonably get away with a meeting on June 16th.
June 16th makes sense.
I can't make June 16th.
Yeah,
I would
okay.
hope to maybe vote to just keep the 23rd. I don't know. If that's a week is make a
Is the
difference.
23rd too late into the
Is it too late?
I can't think of anything right now that needs sort of immediate or needs response before the 23rd. As I'm thinking through upcoming agenda, so you could keep the 23rd.
Do you have to vote on the new school committee members before the positions before the school year ends?
No.
No, yeah.
No, we've done that before into the second one in June in the past. I don't have any strong objections to that. The 23rd would also be fine with me. I know we don't have everybody here, but does that matter on your end?
No.
16th versus 23rd?
I mean, either one would work for me.
Okay, 23rd is fine then. Let's just do the June 23rd. Will be our first.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, then we'll have that.
Yeah, that's great.
To that end, when it comes to diplomas at graduation. Since Michaela since it's post-election and Michaela will not be on the committee, I am unavailable to serve as acting chair. I would be unavailable to serve in that capacity on June 10th. I will be unable to attend graduation this year. And so I would like to propose that since Michaela was the chair for the 2025-2026 school year, I believe it is appropriate that she give the diplomas for the 2026 school year graduation. So I would like to make a motion that we have Michaela Fitzgerald serve as the ex officio representative of the school committee for the presentation of diplomas at the graduation ceremony in her capacity as acting chair for 2025-26 school year.
I second that.
Awesome. Any discussion? I realize I called it. Well, you should. I should. Okay.
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna abstain.
All right, and yes for me as well. So, thank you very much. Appreciate.
Yay, thank you.
doing
I'm
that.
so excited
Yes.
to hand out the diplomas.
Since your name is on the diploma.
Yes,
also
yeah.
diplomas,
Which I
correct.
feel like is the most exciting part, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
you
feel
should
like I'm
hand
gonna
those.
feel really like Oprah. Like,
Yeah.
you get a diploma, you get a diploma.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right.
Okay. Next, we have the superintendent.
Back to.
Yeah, I feel like we jumped
Oh,
around again
oopsies.
somehow.
Yeah.
How do we keep doing this, dude?
I don't know, because we're just like going in the order that feels natural.
It's just like it's
First time we put together an
we're
agenda.
running this by vibes. It's a vibes meeting.
It is a vibe. Okay, the middle school, the naming of the middle school.
Yes.
So the working name of our middle school has been Long Meadow Middle School. That's been the name that we have used with the MSBA, with the design team, in all of our communication. And tonight I'd like to make a recommendation that the committee adopt the Long Meadow Middle School as the official name of the school. We'll say, as a sort of side note, that we do intend to engage students in the wider community on issues relating to the mascot and the school colors and the vision and that kind of thing. But it seems to me that this is reflective of the unity of the new middle school. So for your consideration to officially adopt Long Meadow Middle School as the name of our new middle school set to open in 2028.
I move that the school committee name the new middle school Long Meadow Middle School. Do we really need the in there? I see the in there, but we don't. Right? Just Long Meadow Middle School.
Long Meadow Middle School.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The Long Meadow Middle School.
One and all.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Allie?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. Okay, now we're on to the next part. Wait, fine. Superintendent evaluation.
So, evaluation subcommittee met last week on Thursday, May 21st, to synthesize all of our individual school committee evaluations. Every year, each member of the school committee completes an evaluation of the superintendent's performance throughout the year, based on the goals that he made, both professional practice and student learning, as well as the district improvement plan and his progress in each of those things. Dr. O'Shea provides evidence both in the open meeting of the last meeting that we had, I forget the date for that, May 15th. And also provides information to committee members if they reach out with any questions or in need of further information. And then those evaluations are submitted to Tammy, who thoughtfully put them together into one space for us to easily go through them. And the evaluation subcommittee met and went over those individual evaluations and then turned them into one unified summative evaluation that goes on to become the formal evaluation of the superintendent for the year. So committee members can find that formal completed evaluation or summative, unified summative evaluation included in their packets. And discussion question.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions or discussions on it? We really worked to try to include everybody's voice in the unified evaluation. as best as possible, which honestly wasn't that hard. If anything, there was some redundancies, which is a good sign. It shows that, like, you know, there's alignment, and that's good.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Shea for putting together information that we could use to fill out the evaluation. That was really helpful. And thank you to the evaluation subcommittee for compiling all of our feedback and putting that together. I did read through it, and I really appreciate how you distilled this into one singular voice. So thank you for your work on that.
Thanks, Emily. Any questions or motion?
I move on the recommendation of the evaluation subcommittee that the school committee approve the summative unified evaluation of the superintendent for the 2025-26 school year as presented, and authorize the chair to sign.
We have a motion. We have a second.
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Oh, discussion?
Oh no, it's okay. I'm gonna jump in with discussion because it occurs to me that when I went over all this, I did not actually say what the evaluation found. So I feel like that's a good addition.
Yeah,
All right. So progress towards goals. On Dr. O'Shea's professional and practice goal, we found that he met that goal. We found that he exceeded his student learning goal, and that he has met the continued progress of the 3-year district improvement goal. And then overall, we found him proficient in the role of superintendent, with a nod towards exemplary in Standard 2 on management and operations, and exemplary in Standard 4 on professional culture.
Thank you. And now we can move. Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too.
Just thank the evaluations subcommittee and the full committee for a real thorough, fair evaluation. I'm pleased that it provides some direction for next year as well as part of the recommendations, particularly in the area of sort of continuing to collaborate with middle school staff and the community on the project, but also in terms of really taking a harder look at what it means to be what it means to have a competency determination here in Long Meadow. So you can expect that those will be part of my goals for the 26-27 school year. So it's a lot of work to do it well and to do it thoroughly. So I thank the committee for their individual evaluations and the evaluation subcommittee for pulling it all together in a really fair, balanced way. So thank you for a great evaluation.
Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you for your work. I know that first goal, getting from the balcony to the dance floor, took some time, but actually I was over the weekend at the store and I ran into the 3rd grade teacher who was next to you when you were subbing, and she was like, I wish I had more stories to tell you. I just didn't even really need that much help from me. I was like, dang it!
Center School has not called me back as a substitute teacher. So,
and I don't think they're going to.
I have a feeling, I won't be hired for that role. Yes, it was a fun.
Thank you for doing that. I feel like
I need to do more of that.
It's a big deal, and it made it's a big deal to the teachers and the students to see that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next we have the end of year budget transfer authority.
So every year, about this time, we ask the school committee to authorize the superintendent to approve budget transfers that may be needed from now until when the fiscal year closes, which is sometime usually in the summer. The transfers would be done in accordance with school committee policy DBJA, which basically spells out the criteria in which requires a transfer to be done, which is usually at least 10% in $1,000 or a $10,000 deficit in any line. Historically, we've kind of zeroed out every negative balance in the lines just to move all the money so that there are no negative balances in any of our sub-control lines. The reason we ask for the superintendent to approve it is because of the timing that they need to get processed. Doesn't always align with our school committee meeting dates in the summer in order for the town to continue on with their progress of closing out the fiscal year. So, happy to answer any questions you might have.
Does anyone have any questions or a possible motion?
I move that as specified in the school committee policy DBJA that the school committee grant authority to the superintendent to approve the necessary budget transfers between munis budgetary lines in order to close the FY 2025 accounts.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes from me too.
Can I just modify that to be the FY26?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yes, you may.
Sorry. Thank you.
And so next up, we have building use, which is a consent agenda. So there's no discussion on items on a consent agenda. If a committee member would like one or more items of the consent agenda to be discussed, the committee would have to vote to remove it from the consent agenda.
I can give a quick overview of the two requests. Both requests have been approved in prior years. The first is from the Longmeadow Park and Rec Department and Youth Football Association for a summer youth weightlifting program. They are requesting use of the multi-purpose gym here at the high school on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, starting on June 22nd through August 13th. The program would be running from 7:45 to 9:45 a.m., and it is open to all students from grades 7 through 12. You don't necessarily have to be a football player or an athlete in order to participate in this opportunity and come use the facilities.
We have to sign up, right?
I believe they do have I don't know that there's a sign up required.
Oh, okay. We can just
Because I
go
think it's kind of
use
an
it?
open gym.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
As far as I know. And the second request is from the youth, from the Longmeadow Football Association for use of field space at the high school for a summer practice program. They would be running this mini camp program on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays of each week for 3 weeks, starting on August 2nd and the week of August 9th and August 16th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. either on the practice field and possibly some use of either the grassy gutter or stadium field to accommodate the program.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments or motions?
I move that the school committee approve the consent agenda for the May 26, 2026 school committee meeting as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And yes for me too. Dang it, I did have one question. Can you be of youth size to go to the weightlifting, or do you have to be an actual youth?
I think it's, grade 7.
Actually,
Oh, you have to be in grade 7.
Grade 7 through 12.
Okay, now we just have our executive session.
I move that the school committee meet in executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Purpose 2, non-union personnel, independent contract administrators, and will reconvene into open session. And 7, consideration of minutes of executive session, consideration of release of executive session minutes of previous meetings to reconvene into open session.
Do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And yes for me too.
Awesome.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Tuesday, May 26th school meeting of the school committee. We're returning from executive session back into open session to discuss our contracts and salaries for central office employees. So do we just go in order?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the superintendent, Dr. O'Shea. And we added the same increase cost of living to his base salary that we did for the Unit A teachers. So he's going to have a 2.75% increase to his base salary, and then we is that okay? And then we have to vote on it?
Yes. I move that the school committee approve the contract amendment for the FY 2027 for the superintendent of schools, Dr. M. Maurice O'Shea, as presented, and authorize the chair to sign the amendment for FY 27 for the superintendent of schools.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. So next, we have Tom Mazza, and same, we increased his base salary by 2.75 to reflect the same cost of living increase as the Unit A contract.
I move that the school committee approve the contract for the Assistant Superintendent Thomas Mazza for a 3-year period from July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2029, as presented, and authorize the chair to sign the contract on behalf of the committee.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second. Yes.
Oh, yes, discussion.
Just a quick note that this is a new contract for Mr. Mazza, so he is joining us again for the next 3 years, and appreciate your continued service.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna vote again. Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. So next we have the Director of Special Ed, Nicole Paris-Crowe, and we looked closely at her base salary, and we also discussed and noted the changes of the job, the increase of the role, and what would put this director in alignment with like positions in nearby districts. So we increased the base salary to $135 and then added the cost of living 2.75% increase as well.
And this is also a renewed contract.
And this is also a renewed contract for 3 years.
For the next 3 years. So thank you to Nicole Paris-Crowe for continued service. I move that the school committee approve the contract for the Director of Special Education, Nicole Paris-Crowe, for a 3-year period from July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2029, as presented, and authorize the chair to sign the contract on behalf of the committee.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. We have one final motion.
I move that the school committee adjourn the May 26th, 2026 school committee meeting.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Emily?
Yes.
Nicole?
Yes.
Kate?
Yes.
And a yes for me too. What if I said no and I never adjourned the meeting? You're not allowed to leave.
Signing off.
All right.